this episode exclusive. This gentleman right here, he's a rap artist, father, an all-around solid brother for the kingdom. Williefifteen is his name. Never forget it, because it will only get bigger in time. Airing only for Kneeling on Business.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Kneeling on Business. It's your girl Bianca. Today we have the infamous Williefifteen in the building. Yeah. Yes, guys, I'm so excited for this podcast because not only is Mr. Willie an artist, but he is a Christian who stands on the word of God in his life and on the stage. But y'all know how I like to do on this podcast. I don't like to brag on my guests. I like to create the space where they brag on themselves. So Mr. 15, Mr. Willie, just tell us a little bit about you. Just anything that you want to highlight. This is a moment for you to just brag on you.
Well, honestly, shoot, that's a little hard. I'm very humble, but I just want to take the second to, just thank God, because my life was definitely different from how it is now, and I feel like Christian artistry, you feel me, Christian rap has given me new purpose, you feel me? So, and I'm able to impact others in a way that I wasn't impacted growing up. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. We love that. We love that. We want to know more about you as a person. I mean, you got a beautiful baby. You got a beautiful wife. Tell us a little bit about them. Tell us a little bit about like just where you come from and just give us some background. For
sure. Yes, I do have a little daughter. She's about 2 months now. That's my heart right there. That's my twin.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? She came out. I was like, man, I'm not crying. I'm not gonna cry. But when she came out, I'm like, tears just started coming out. I'm like, oh man, this little squish look like me.
Yes.
Like, man, so, yeah. But about my background, honestly, born and raised DMV. You feel me? Born in DC, raised in Maryland, Virginia. I'm pretty sure y'all know how it is. Coming up in the DMV around, like early 2000s.
Man, listen.
Yeah,
gotta do it for the 99 early 2000s, man. Listen, you know me. I love that. That's a good era right there.
Yeah. If y'all didn't know, it was just, it's a lot of ups and downs for sure.
Yeah.
But I say we had a very like violent culture, I would say, at the time, and So I guess my life pretty much reflected it a little bit about, a little bit on that, so to the point where I needed to get therapy, you know what I'm saying? It was some type of like PTSD, things of that nature that I had to like get off of me, just to function,
Yeah.
In relaxed spaces, I'm not going to say it was that like intense, but, when you train your mind, to just always, be ready.
Yeah.
All the time. It's like, man, we at the beach, chill, bro. Like,
we just the only thing we catching is waves, man.
Right, like, sheesh.
Yeah,
like, but yeah, so that's pretty much how it was. But just growing up, I'm Nigerian, so just the culture difference, the culture clashes, of course. Nigerians are very like strict, very education driven, and we couldn't go outside majority of the time, but we was doing a lot of sneaking out. For sure, that doing a lot of sneaking out and sneaking in.
I think that's black culture too, because baby, I was sneaking out and sneaking in too. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong. But I'm glad that you touched on just the culture of how you were raised up, because we're definitely gonna get into that for sure. And I love that you got therapy. Black men need therapy, man. Black people need therapy, period. People need therapy. So that is so dope that you were able to do that. And especially with the stigma behind black men in therapy, like it's so clouded, and it shouldn't be that way, because there's a lot of freedom that takes place in therapy.
That's true. My wife said, oh, she getting there. I said, all right, she a little crazy. But she's like, you should get therapy too. I'm like, bro, I'm not crazy. You feel me? I don't need therapy.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between a psychiatrist and a therapist. Yeah. And that's also, one thing that we need to teach.
Yeah.
The black community, because even some people from my family, friends, I'm like, yeah, bro, you need to get therapy. But I ain't crazy, son. What you saying? Like, I don't need no therapy, bro. I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally, the response that I get all the time. So
yeah,
I think we just need to educate our people, honestly. Like, educate ourselves in finances, educate ourselves in mental health,
yeah.
Come
on, I was about to say, hold up now. What we going to shout out real quick?
You know
Because
what
you got
I mean?
on some drip, man.
You got that wealth department,
Wealth
be
department.
more wealthy. You
Come
feel
on.
me? We got, there you go right here, y'all see it?
Cash Flow Investment Club.
Be more wealthy. Shout out to the gang over there, you know what I mean?
Yes.
They doing a real big thing as far as like financial literacy through the fashion. So that's what I'm rocking with. That's what I'm standing by, you know. Also, the gifted ones, for the city, for the home team, the gifted ones.
Come on.
Y'all tap in. You feel me? So
I love that. All right, Willie. Do you want me to call you Willie or Wilson?
Willie's fine. Everybody call me Willie, honestly. Like
Okay. So I'm gonna give you one more hard task before we dive into just your upbringing and all that good stuff.
Let's get it.
Okay, one more hard task. I need you to give me 3 words that describe you and why.
I would say humble.
Okay.
I know everybody say that, and it gets corny when, yeah, man, he humble. He humble. I say humble because I know like that's a characteristic even I struggle with sometimes. Yeah. You feel me? It's just humility because I don't really see myself higher than anybody. And even when I hear it in conversations, like, yo, bro, I did this, but you did it. No. We ain't even like that. Like, we're all the same. And I think how like God intended different like responsibilities and, different, I would say different facets towards people, but none higher than the other, It's just, I would say the responsibilities would probably be higher. Like, say, for instance, you got a CEO versus a security guard. You see, they're both working for the same company, but different responsibilities. Talk about it, man. So I see it like that. If we're supposed to be co-laborers with our wife, don't get me wrong, my responsibility may be different from her responsibility. And that's where, we get clash and conflict from me thinking that I'm better than her or she thinking that she's better than me. Oh, you ain't, I've been with the kid all day, or, no, what you mean? I've been out here providing.
You better convict me, sir. Come on. I need that one.
So I would say humility.
Okay.
You feel me? Humility. I would say style. Style is a big part of my life.
Oh, I know.
Style is definitely a big part of my life.
I see you.
I can't knock it, but I tried to, just wear some like just even when I'm wearing like sweats and stuff like that. Like I gotta fit an aesthetic. And I'm like, man, that's just how my brain is like wired because we, growing up in the DMV. Yeah. Around that time where it's like fashion, everybody knows DMV. We with the fashion after New York. What I'm saying? We'll give it to New York. After New York, DMV right there. Yeah. Like we the fashion hub. Everybody, at the time had different style and, originate original styles such as like Nike boots and New Balances and things of that nature. About it. Man, creative recreation. Like the list can go on, you feel me? So there's a lot of shoes we'll go out of state and they're like, why are y'all wearing them? And why are y'all wearing them outside, like dressing up like so I would say style. Sheesh.
One more.
I would say I want to say creativity, and not only because of music and anything like that. I just think of things in a more creative aspect, whether it's business, whether it's I don't know, anything, finances, whether it's any aspect of my life. I think of it in a creative aspect, or creative light. So even any solutions, if I think of a solution, I'm like, this will be different. So like creative, innovative type of thing. Yeah. So yeah.
I mean, I can definitely see that one style because you and your wife are drippy, man. Like y'all, like he did a showcase last night and you were already on fire. But when I saw your wife, I said, my God, if the Black Kanye and Kim was a thing, like y'all just really saucy, like, and I love that. And it's not even saucy in a bad way, like very humble, very modest, but just edgy. And like as Christians, I feel like we think that we can't be stylish because that's kind of like the culture, that's kind of worldly. but you can be a bad chick or a real fly guy loving the Lord and dressing modestly. And you guys definitely fit that script for real, for real. And creativity, your daughter's name. Please tell the people what your daughter's name is. Like, you're a creative dad. Like what? What is your daughter's name?
So we named her Brave, and then also like corresponds with the Bible verse, be strong and courageous. So like we wanted her to be strong and courageous.
Come on.
But also the creativity, like just brave. And so I want someone to like see her and be like, oh call her by her first name. Oh, that's brave. That's brave. That's brave. So I want her to embody that, that braveness and that courage.
Wow.
Because even there's growing up, as a Nigerian, of course. There are certain instances where I wanted to be brave. You feel me? So, and same thing with my wife. There were certain instances in her life where she felt that she should have been, had a little bit more courage in that sense. So we want to impugn those good values. You feel me? Impugn certain things where it's like, all right, you're not gonna go through what we went through, or you're not gonna feel that. So you're gonna be brave by default.
Come on, come on. And I think that's really dope too, because even in the moments where because she's gonna grow up and she's not always gonna feel brave. Right. Like, how it is as kids.
Exactly.
We have those moments where we're just like, dang, like I don't want to do this. Like, she can literally just call on her name. You know what I mean? Like, God gives us power. There's power that he works in and through us. And the power that's going to be inside of her is not only going to be inside of her, but it's going to be by her first name. Like, she's going to be brave. She is brave. So I just think that's beautiful. I think that is beautiful. And it's just a testament to you and your wife and just y'all story and y'all union as one. So kudos to y'all, man. Kudos to y'all.
For sure. Thank you.
All right, let's get into the nitty gritty. I want to know more about you. Tell us about your journey to music. Like, this is before Christ. Tell us what got you into music. How was life growing up? Where did the music gene come from? Like, just tell us a little bit more about that.
Sheesh. Well, I know my father, he was like very like, I don't know how to explain it. Like so we have a tribe. So he's a part of the Edo tribe.
Okay.
He's Esan, how you would pronounce it, ESAN. So he would do like we have like masquerade dances and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so like I would say it dates back to like, it was, I'm not going to say tribal, but it's more cultural than anything. Yeah. So, they have the drums and then they dress up and, I'm just used to seeing him do it like backflips and acrobatics, and they call it, I can't even pronounce it. I'm not even going to try right now. You look it up. Shoot.
You hear that? Do your research.
Do your research. Do your homework. But so just seeing him as a little kid just flipping around and twirling and dancing and flipping, I'm like, man, this is dope. So I guess music was just like a different calling for me. I felt it more like a lot of people would listen to it. I feel like it really hit me. I remember like in first grade they played Michael Jackson for me for the first time, and I just started dancing. Come on. And everybody was dancing, and then they're like, wait, no, look at him. And they're like pointing their cameras. Back then our cameras looked like this. Okay. Let them know it was not on the phone. they had a digital camera, or they look like this. Okay. Like, what I mean?
They don't know nothing about that. Oh my gosh. Wow.
They're like, wow, like, man, this guy's like Michael Jackson. I didn't know who Michael Jackson was at the time. So, I'm just dancing. I'm feeling the music. I'm doing everything. And then when I think I left that party, this is like first grade. I left that party, and then I of course did my research on who Michael Jackson was at that early age, and I'm like, whoa, I kind of was dancing like this. Like, I didn't even know who this was. So, like, just going through that, like the years of really understanding and feeling music and seeing, like, noticing that it had a different impact in me. You feel me? So, and I just went from there and just started taking it seriously, and that's like where the whole Williefifteen came about. Not a lot of people know that. Like, 2015 is when I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna put all my eggs in this basket. I'm gonna be the creative that I know to be. You feel me? So my birthday's on November 15th. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm reborn in a sense. It was like a rebirth. Yeah. So like a creative rebirth. So that's where I'm like, all right, you know what? I know God has blessed me with this gift. So I'm just really gonna push it. I'm gonna push hard. So that's where, you know, the seriousness came from.
Yeah.
But I was in a, you know, worldly mindset. I was doing worldly music at the time.
Yeah.
And, you know, yeah. So music is definitely important for me. I would say so.
Yeah. How was it? I guess when you were doing music, worldly music, we'll say.
Yeah.
How was that life? Like, what were the ups and downs of just, I was gonna say not worldly, secular type of music, secular type of artistry?
That's cool. How was it? Sheesh.
You can be honest. You can be honest. Yeah.
Oh, best believe I'm gonna be honest. It was a struggle. I'm not gonna lie to you. And anyone that's like listening to this, you know, trying to make it pop and thinking that like, man, this Christian music suck, man. I should make a song, make a hit that ain't got nothing to do with God, just got something to do with like, I don't know, something frivolous, like something small. Like, man, I'm gonna pop. That might not be the best, you know, option. Or you feel me? Because the secular side, honestly, I felt empty.
Yeah.
You know, real. Like I would make songs and write. At that time I was like very like writing heavy. Like I'm in a lab writing, going crazy with it, lyrics, everything. Like I'm a poet by heart. Like
Come on.
I started out with poetry. I'm a poet by heart. So when it comes to like lyricism, I'm there with you.
Yeah.
But you know, I'll write and then I'll go to the studio. We'll either have a problem with the engineer. Shoot, it almost got serious one time with one of these engineers, but you know, we have a problem with the engineer. We have a problem with releasing the song. We have a problem with something, and we have a problem with putting out the song. We have a problem. It's just too many obstacles, too many problems, just so we can get people to like the song and listen to the song.
Yeah.
But who knows if they're gonna like the song?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, so it's just barrier after barrier after barrier after barrier.
Yeah.
And it was just slow motion, slow moving. Like it was a lot of problems.
Yeah.
A lot of things that just wasn't lining up.
Yeah.
And, you know, I wasn't able to see it until now I'm on this side. I'm like, man, even making beats, like I started making beats. I made my first beat was Hands on Me.
Okay.
And I released that with featuring Flex Cartel. But that was my first beat coming back to it. But prior to that, like in the worldly, when I was making secular music, you know, I made like 3, 4, 5, 6 beats, and they're all like off timing. And if you really think about it, what's the difference between now and like I didn't practice, I didn't train, I didn't do anything. Like I just picked it back up and just doing the same thing. Right. You feel me?
Right.
So it's like now it's starting to get like, man, this is spiritual because something's different. Yeah. You know, when you're working for the wrong team, you'll get multiple obstacles that are unforeseen. Yeah. Let's say it like that. You know, and I noticed that like, man, I had so much trials and tribulations just trying to do something small. But now when I'm doing it, it's like everything is free. Like I'll complete a song and just, okay, I can write it now. Okay, I can record it now. Like I feel free. You know, before making secular music is like, I was always in bondage. Like, oh man, I gotta wait for this guy. He doesn't want to do it because they smoke. Majority of them, they smoke. So they don't want to, you know, mix and master. They're not really productive. So you're around people that aren't productive.
Say that again. Because you know, seriously, because you see those documentaries or you see those music videos where the producers is in the studio boofing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and they be like, I'm about to make this track. We about to do this. Whole time, like they're too high to do anything of that stuff.
No, I'm trying to tell you. Now, like real life, like honestly, I'll go to the studio. There's certain people that I linked up with. I go to the studio and we would literally just get high. Yeah. We start out making music for maybe like 20 minutes. Yeah. Then we get so high, we just like
space out.
We like that. You know what I mean?
Space out, yeah.
Every time. It's been times where I'm like, all right, you know what? I tell myself, yo, I'm not getting high. I don't care. I go in there, it's about music. So the engineer, he getting high. I'm like, yo, bro, like before you hit that, just send the file or, you know.
Wow.
He like smoking it. He's still smoking. He's still, you know, pushing. I'm like, man.
Wow.
We ain't never gonna
get this thing out. Oh my God.
And a lot of stuff never came out really. Like I had to depart from certain people. Like, man, they don't take this music seriously the way I take it. You feel me?
Wow.
So they couldn't put, you know, their leisures or the things that they do for fun.
Yeah.
You know, they couldn't put the music ahead of that. So And certain people, we had to go from engineer to engineer to engineer to engineer, and knowing that as an artist, you can't really. It's like going from barber to barber to barber.
Come on now, you can't cheat on your barber, man.
Right.
You know
I'm trying to tell you, you gotta. The point is
Yeah.
to grow with your.
It
engineer.
is to grow.
Yeah. So.
And- Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I would love to know, like, when was the turning point for you? Like, when was enough? Like, when did God literally arrest your heart when it came to like this music game?
Jeez. Honestly, it came at a time. It was a pivotal point in my life. Like, I was staying at my friend's house. I was homeless. You feel me? I got kicked out. You know how that go.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, I was at my homie's house and staying there for maybe about 6 months. But, I was couch surfing, couch hopping, which y'all call it. Sleeping on floors, sleeping on couches, sleeping on chairs. So, his house was the last stop. God was telling me, like, yeah, you got to pivot. He was showing me certain things, in my past. And, shout out to his brother. His brother, like, was helping me, get things in order. Because I grew up without a father, so I didn't really have, good guidance. You feel me? So, he was showing me a lot of things and, telling me a lot of things, put it in my perspective and help me prioritize certain things and to see certain things like, all right, that may have been the good decision at that time, but it's definitely not going to work now. And what you think, so just get my thinking in order. So I feel like I was going through that whole, like, what do you call that, pruning process. You know what I'm saying? It was really a real pruning process. Me, I like style and fashion. Man, I tell you, I wore the same clothes over and over and over again. I mean, I had a few, clothes, but I wasn't really like, exercising that. I took out my nose ring, took out my earrings, took out anything. I cut my dreads at the time. I didn't want anything that's gonna, like, any distractions, anything that's any disguises, anything I was leaning on. You feel me? Sometimes, you got piercings and dye hair and, this is me, this is my character. It's not necessarily you. Yeah. You may be leaning too hard on these things, making these things your identity. So it was a whole pruning process, and, I was working with other artists that were in the industry and other artists that were local. Yeah. So God pretty much showed me, like, man, like, you really got to do this for me. I didn't know what it looked like. But he showed me a vision, like, yeah, this is what Christian artistry looked like. And I'm like, man, I thought it was corny, I didn't think it could be done. Yeah. Like, I'm like, what am I going to be, a Kirk Franklin or a freaking Lecrae? I mean, don't get me wrong, Lecrae got some hits, but I didn't know any song. I wasn't listening to Lecrae. Right. So I'm like, I just couldn't envision it, but God showed me the vision. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. All right, whatever it is, I follow you. I don't care. It look cool. I look cool in the vision, so I'm gonna do it. Yeah. So I'm gonna do it. But he showed it to me, and that was like even before I started working on music. Yeah. So mind you, this is like maybe a year or two like 3 years prior to me actually putting out music. Okay. So I was working with my cousin who was on the stage Zonway. I was working with him.
First sidebar, I love that it's a whole family business, because it's your brother and it's your cousin. Yeah. That are also your hype men. Yeah. And like y'all just lit, man. Yeah. Like it's like if you eat, they eat. If they eat, you eat. And I love that. Yeah. I like every show that I've been to that you've had, it's literally you three. Yeah. It's literally you three, and I love that.
We close knit, and that's how I feel. I like, that's home team, home base. You feel me? I gotta start in home. You feel me? Like, charity begins in the house. Come on now, home before you extend it to your people. Come on. So, I want to make sure, like, Zonway, he make beats too. He made Light It Up. We made that song. He made Light It Up. My brother and my homie Chris, they made Philomena's Son on the album as well. So, I go to them first. Especially lift my spirits. Yeah, they made Lift My Spirits too. Like Chris and Went of Glory. Yeah. So yeah, I just like to keep everything home base. But at the time I was working with Zonway, people thought I was his manager at first because I was going to the studio. You know what I'm saying? Making sure his image was correct, making sure that he's seen as an artist, things of that nature. taking care of, you know, all the background stuff. You feel me? Like his image, you know, and then like listening to the music and make sure it's right. Oh, get the harmonies right, get everything right, you know. So people thought I was his manager at first. They see me in there like dressed up with the laptop and all that. Like I was serious. I was on my serious stuff because I felt God like put it in my heart like, yo, do things for God. And he was, you know, making Christian music at the time.
Yeah.
So like heavy Christian music. And I saw the impact. So I wanted to get behind it. And I did everything. You know, we didn't get no pay or anything like that for it. I just wanted to help because I felt like I'm helping God.
So he was making Christian music first.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I didn't know what it looked like. But when when I started seeing people's impacted by his music, and I'm there while they're telling him, yo, Zomway, man, you know, this is that. I'm like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty dope. I want to get behind that. Like,
yeah.
So I felt like it was a service to God. So I'm like, all right, cool. We're doing that one. And also a message to the people too. It's like sometimes you got to serve before you lead.
I was about to say that. You literally took the words out of my mouth. It's crazy how God told you that you have to do things my way. And the first thing he made you do was serve somebody else's dream. Yeah. The same dream that you wanted.
I'm trying to tell you.
And people think, nah, God, do it for me, do it for me. No, God's going to make you build somebody up first before he do anything for you, because he came to this earth to serve, not to be served. And he put you in that position. That is wow. And you took it very seriously.
Man, I'm working at this point. I'm working in the office. I'm leaving work. Like, nah, like we go to the studio. All right, come on. Like, I'm in there. We in there for hours. Like, I'm talking about hours. And he's a very meticulous artist. Like, if the horn don't sound right, mind you, it's like 50 sounds. The horn don't sound right. He's not putting it out. I'm like, come on, bro. So it's all good. Like, you know, as far as like image, dressing, everything like that. So I just, you know, made sure he was, you know, in tip top shape. And that's actually how, you know, we got on Holy Smoke. Shout out to Foggy.
Come on.
You know, that's actually how we got on the Holy Smoke. Is, you know, me and Zomway had to release a song randomly, just like, yo, bro, like, you know, you be, you know, giving me some lines sometimes, bro. You might as well just get on the track. And I'm like, all right, cool, you know. So we created. I think he made that Zario Party too. So I think it was all right. It was cool. Me personally, I like the song. It was, you know, it was dope. It's a tough song. So, you know, I called Foggy because I heard about like this Christian concert. I'm like, what is that? Like, holy smoke! I'm like, what is this? Like, you know, I guess it's like now Smoke Fest or something like that. I'm not sure if they changed the name, but it was Holy Smoke at the time. So I'm like, man, this is a Christian concert. Like, man, why aren't you in it? You know, you're tough. Like, you're cool in the area. Man, let me call Foggy. So I called Foggy and I'm like, bro, how you get on this, you know, the lineup? Like, I want to get Zomway on the lineup. So that's pretty much, it'll show you what I would do, you know, for Zom. Like, these are the things that I would help him with. So and I'm like, yo, I want Zom to get on there. He was just like, oh, okay, cool. Y'all just come through. I'm like, oh, all right.
Okay. Like, bad.
And that's actually where I met my wife. Yeah. So
Look at God.
I'm trying to tell you, serving definitely has its benefits. You don't know. That's the thing. When God want to use you,
come on,
that you gotta let him use you.
Come on.
And to be used is not, I'm gonna do what God tell me to do and be the master, be a master. No, I need to be used.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So,
however you want to do it.
Exactly.
However you want to. Yeah.
So now, like I said, 3 years, you know, where I was like serving until, you know, I'm calling on behalf of Zomway. Foggy specifically requested that we do Zario Party. Yeah. So that's when Williefifteen started. So I'm like, dang.
Come on now.
I didn't know he was gonna do it. I just called on behalf of you know, Zomway, but Zom told me, he was like, yeah, man, Foggy wants you to do Zario Party. Wants us to do Zario Party. He said he liked that song. He rock with it. I'm like, oh, really? All right, cool. Wow. So we ended up doing that for Holy Smoke. Mind you, that was like,
how was it?
The first time I performed, kind of like, it was very early. People were coming off stage were like, yo, where can I find your music? Bro, I didn't have a Spotify. I ain't have nothing. I ain't have not a thing. I'm like, just go to Zario Party, go on my cousin's page. I'm telling them go on my cousin's page. Yeah. But that was the first time I, you know, performed. Well, second time I think I performed like right before then. We did like a house concert, but you after that was my first time performing as a Christian artist in front of a lot of people like that. So
yeah, that's a good festival. I've been.
Yeah, it was.
That's a good festival. I don't think I went when you. I just went.
Oh, really?
Not too long ago.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, I was like, wow, Christians really do come out and they support.
I've never been in that space before.
Yeah.
So at that time, I'm like, man, there's some baddies in here.
Yeah. Okay. No, come on. Tell the truth. Shame the devil. You are saved. You are still a man. Okay.
I tell them, man, shoot, we a man before, man of God.
Okay.
He's still a man.
Okay.
But I had never seen, because I know in my area, like in the DMV area, it's not cool, Yep. It's not cool to be Christian.
Yeah.
It's not cool to say you love God and sacrifice things. It's not cool to, just say, oh man, I love God. Like, it just feel like, oh man, he's sweet. Like, or, it's just not cool. It's never been cool. So to see people and like in that area,
come on,
to see the mass people yo, we here for God.
Come on,
we here because of God, and we here to support people that represent God. Man, I was like, whoa, this is different.
It's a different type of feeling.
Yeah,
it's a different type of feeling.
It's different. I'm like, all right, this is cool. I rock with that.
Yeah.
So that's actually a part of my mission now.
Yeah.
Is, just to bring that coolness, show people that God is cool.
Yes, He is.
Just make God cool again.
Yeah, come on.
So, hey.
All pun intended.
Yeah.
Like, I remember the first time I saw you perform, it was at a Different Wave concert. It was, I want to say 2 years ago. No, this was before I was pregnant. So I want to say, was it 3? When's the first time you did Different Wave?
That was, sheesh. That was a while ago.
I'm about to say.
About like 3 years ago. 2 years, like 2-3 years ago.
That's what I'm saying.
Ago,
yes.
About 3 years ago.
So it was my first time ever going to a Christian concert to begin with. Because like my homeboy.
That's actually my cousin's show.
Really?
Josie. Shout out to Josie.
Josie, man.
Shout out to
He's
my cousin.
dope. And he can sing too.
Yeah, that's my cousin. So yeah.
So my friend Juan Love.
Oh yeah, Juan. Yeah.
That's the like he was performing and like for the very first time. And so, because I think he did 2 performances, but the artists were cool. You know what I'm saying? Like they were cool. We had a good time, but I could see like towards the end, it was kind of getting like kind of doled out. And then they called this guy like Williefifteen on stage and you like ran through the crowd. And then there was 2 other guys with you. And like everyone was like, yeah. And they was jumping. And you performed God Star. That was my favorite joint.
Oh, so that was 2 years ago.
Okay, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You performed God Star. And then you also performed, you performed those 2.
That's
and I was
crazy.
like, yo, and like the crowd was just popping. They was jumping. And I was like, because I used to think Christian music was whack too. That was the same year that I fasted actually from secular music. And so I was like, okay, God, if you really want me to start like listening to your type of music, you got to give me a playlist. And so he was like, okay, I kid you not. The day before I went on the fast, because I said, God, if you don't give me a playlist, because I worked out. I was working out really heavy. I listened to like a Gucci Man. I listened to a lot of, you know what I'm saying, Shy Glizzy. I listened to a lot of Dolph, Young Dolph. Like, so I listened to a lot of that. So I'm like, I can't be in the gym listening to CeCe Winans and Hillsong. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I need music. And so I kid you not, the day before I went on my fast, my homeboy, he was like, yeah, like come with me to this, like this, not your show. Come with me to like this event or whatever. And I said, okay, cool. I was also single, so I wasn't, married to my wonderful husband. And so I went to like this event. Yeah. We're going on 3 years. So yeah, we're going on 3 years. So like I wasn't married to him. We were cool, but I wasn't like married to him. And he was like, yeah, just come into this show or whatever. It's like a little event. And we're in a car and he's bumping Trip Lee. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of catchy. Who's Trip Lee? Right. And he's like, man, Trip Lee, man, I got a whole bunch of music, Christian rap. All I listen to is Christian rap. I said, I bet. So then I got hip to Jordan Armstrong, Lecrae.
Hey, Jordan
Tripoli.
Armstrong is tough. My wife be banging him all the time.
I love what girls love. What R&B?
Yeah,
that's my
I was
album.
like Christian girls,
Church girls love
Yeah.
R&B. That's my album. But that was like earlier in the year, and so like I went on my fast, and I just started literally listening to Christian rap only.
Mm-hmm.
But then it kind of fell off. So I was like, yo, like, all right, this is cool, but it ain't Gucci. You know what I'm saying? The beats ain't hitting. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the beats not hitting. Like, I like that trap beat. Like, I love trap music.
I'm here with you.
I love trap music.
I'm here with you.
So when I heard you perform, I said, dang. I said, the bass bumping? I said, wait a minute. No, I ain't a pop star. I'm a God star. I said, so I was lit. I was like, yo, like, you really take Christian music to a different level. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're up there with the Alex Jeans and the Caleb Gordons. Like, I personally think that God is going to catapult you just like suddenly. It's just going to be a thing that just happens. But like your music really does. And if you listen to the lyrics, because I'm a lyrics person, like you really give God all the honor and the glory. And even when you perform, you take moments out to minister to the people. It's not just about the hype. It's not just about the flashy. Like you like, nah, bro, like I'm telling you, give your life to Christ. Like you literally minister through your music. And the plus is it's a trap beat. You know what I'm saying? like
That's,
you really did do it for people out there who are just like teetering that line. Like Christian music was corny to me. It was corny. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, the beats they not hood enough for me. You know what I'm saying? But like, but your music, like, bruh, like it's like your beats, they tell a story. You know what I'm saying? Like it's somebody who's been refined through a fire. You know what I'm saying? You're not ashamed of the fire when it comes to your beats, but the refining comes in your lyrics. And I just love that. Like, I love that. So for me, I want to know, how has Christian music impacted you today? Like, how has, whether you listen to it or just your music in general, how has that really impacted your life today?
Man, it's a great impact, and I thank you,
yes,
for
absolutely.
everything you said. You hit it right on the nose. This is exactly what I was going for. It's because even with, say for instance, Zario Party was out. Yeah, I'm still working out to shoot. What was I listening to? I can't even remember, but Drake. I remember I was listening to Drake. I was listening to 21 Savage. Yes, you know what I'm saying? Because I know 21 is gonna hit.
21, can you do something for me?
Those beats. Yeah, the beats. Young Nudie, like, but the lyrics are very dark, you know. So I had to think. I'm like, why can't I make, a good song, a trap song, like the music that I like to listen to, the music that I like to work out to, the music I like to mosh to. Yes, you feel me, and get mosh wild pit. To. You feel me? Why can't I just make that, in a Christian, Christian way, with the same. With like ministry type of lyrics. Come on. Because honestly, with Christian music, let's say, like, to answer your question, it has impacted me a lot because I'm thinking, all right, it has to be this way. Yeah. Okay, Christian music, I got to be with all the Christian rappers and singers and stuff like that, and I got to be in that Christian realm and be in the church and this and that. I can even say it matured me. Yeah. You feel me? Yeah. I think that when God is using you, it's like you literally got to take your expectations out of it.
Say that again.
Like real live. Yes. Like, got to take your expectations out of it. Because in my mind, I'm like, man, I'm going to just make this Christian music and keep it moving. So we do a show and I'm like, all right, yeah, y'all like it, rock? Yeah, it's cool. But the aftermath to it is like, all right, yo, man, it really helped me. Man, people are coming like, man, I brought my little nephew. He ain't know nothing about Christian music. Like, he thought it was corny. Like, I was telling him, the whole ride here, I'm trying to tell him. He listens to your music, bro. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. And it make me feel a little way. And I'm like, hey, I'm in this music, but nah, like, I'm being 1,000% honest.
Yeah.
I'm being 1,000% authentic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, cool. And God had to show me like, yo, this is not just music.
Come on.
This is ministry.
This is ministry.
So I'm like, oh.
Come on.
So now I'm able to like really exercise that.
Yes.
Really move the way I want to move.
Yes.
Do the way I want to do. Speak the way I want to speak.
Yes.
I could be myself.
Yeah.
I'm not putting on no show.
Yeah.
People see me, oh man, he got the, I always dress like that. You feel me? I'm always wearing shades.
Put the shades on,
You
man.
feel me?
Put the
I'm
shades on.
always, this me. This is me. This is what I always do.
Come
this.
on. Yeah.
This how I've been.
Yeah.
People that know me, they know me for dressing. You
Yeah.
feel me? They know me like I was a celebrity stylist before this music.
Come on
stuff.
now.
You feel me?
Come on.
That's me.
Yes.
So I get to be myself and also minister to people. I grew up without a father, so
Yeah.
there was a lot of pitfalls. Why would I let my people go through the same thing, especially young men?
Do you mind touching on that?
Sure. Yeah, like, my father committed suicide when I was like, 4?
Wow.
So I know you thinking like, oh yeah, 4 is like, how would you even remember? Yeah, we called the police.
Yeah.
Like we saw him hanging on the, in the garage. You feel me?
Wow.
Like we go up to the garage and I'm like, where he at? Oh, he right there. Me and my sister. So it ain't that I remember that John like it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I know what his shoes. I remember what his shoes look like. I remember what his legs look like dangling. You feel me? I remember when the fighters had to come down and cut him down. You feel me? And try to hide it from us, tell us to go to the living room so we can, I'm riding a bike around the house and I know exactly what's going on. You feel me? So I'm the one that told my mom when she got home, when she pulled up. I told my mom she fainted right there. So I'm like,
wow.
I remember all of that. But, growing up, I'm thinking like, all right, where is fatherhood? Like, you feel me? I know my mom tried her best and I thank God for Philomena. That's why, Philomena's son dedicated to that. So you feel me? I thank God for Philomena, but, at the end of the day, I learned as an adult, a woman can't raise no man.
Come on. Say it again.
A woman cannot raise a man.
They cannot.
Can't. I don't care. All his male figures, I don't care.
Yeah.
Can't. My mom tried with me. Shoot. Yeah. I rebelled every time.
Yeah.
She had to send me out to Elkton, Maryland. That's like borderline Delaware.
Yes,
I stayed out there for a year. Came right back. I'm saying, rebel every time.
Yeah.
A woman can't raise a man.
Yeah.
It's not possible.
Yeah.
She can raise a good, like male figure type of person, but it ain't a man. When I got older, I started to realize what a man really is.
Yeah.
In the middle of marriage.
Yeah. Come on. We gonna go there. We gonna go there.
Yeah, nah, shoot. We need to go there.
We gonna go there. Yeah.
We need to go there.
Absolutely.
A lot of people aren't telling you the real.
They're not.
You feel me?
They're not. A
man to me is what I saw on TV. My wife and kids, Bernie Mac.
My God.
All of us.
Martin.
All the list goes on.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
That's when I recall a man, Uncle Phil. I'm like, how do you react in this situation?
Yeah.
I think about the episode of how this person reacted in there. Oh, okay, cool. So I gotta apologize. I gotta do this. I gotta do that, because that's how they acted in the show.
Yeah.
So that's, as a man, that's what someone that, because I can't take the advice from people on the street, because they obviously not, you already know what it is. Okay. They obviously not acting like men.
Not at all.
You feel me? They're not standing on nothing.
Nothing. But
that's what I remember. So I can't, when someone has been raised by a father, they can recall, oh yeah, my dad, he is like this, he is like that. Okay, cool. Maybe I should do it like that. Yeah. The only thing I can recall are TV shows like that, where it's like, oh, okay, cool. So that's how, I try my best to react in a sense. Respond. We shouldn't react. Okay. Respond. Come on. You feel me? Men respond. But I try my best to respond in that manner, but you just can't raise a man, and understanding that in marriage, I'm like, man, I gotta unlearn everything.
I'm still unlearning.
Still, man. I gotta unlearn everything.
Absolutely.
It said the ways of a man seemeth right, but leadeth to his own demise.
His own demise. And my God, we give so much glory and power to the enemy that the Bible, God's word said, nah, this had nothing to do with him. This had everything to do with you being stuck in your ways.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because every time, the enemy. Yes, he is a component.
Yes, he is.
But there is why do we got to die to our flesh all the time?
Come on, all the time.
Why? Why is that an important thing? We not only have a spiritual enemy, but our flesh. Wants.
Yes.
Has its own needs.
Yes, it does.
I want to react vengeful, spiteful. I want to get it back in blood.
Yes.
I want to stand on business.
Okay.
Hey, it's up there, it's stuck there.
Yeah.
That's society.
That is.
That's the flesh.
That is.
They are operating solely on the flesh.
Yeah.
And the enemy knows that, so he uses that.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching part 1 of this episode. If you can't get enough of our content and want more, like, share, and subscribe to the channel.